What's up, guys? So UFC 275 was absolutely ridiculous, and here's everything you need to know and everything you missed with that card. So starting off with the main event, Glover Teixeira against Jiri Prochazka. In my opinion, the greatest light heavyweight title fight in UFC history by far. I think it's way better than John Jones versus Alexander Gustafsson, their first fight in Toronto, I believe. That's just my opinion. You guys can comment down below and let me know what you think. So something that they did for UFC 275, because there are so many legit finishes and because it was so hard to choose their performance bonuses, they gave a bonus for everyone that actually got a finish on this card, which is awesome to see. Something that I found was a little weird. We all know these new crypto.com bonuses that are given out and voted by for the fans. So the first prize was $30,000 of crypto, and it actually went to Valentina Shevchenko. I thought that was just really weird because I thought she actually lost that fight. You guys let me know who you think won that fight. It was a very close fight. We'll get into it in a minute, but I thought that was weird. 20K went to Jiri Prochazka, deservedly so, and the third place 10K went to Zhang Weili, which is awesome for her unreal knockout that we'll also get into in a minute. And man, just talking about the main event, Glover Teixeira against Jiri Prochazka, absolutely unreal. The most back and forth fight I've ever seen in my life. Jiri really impressed me with his grappling. I thought he was going to get exploited on the ground against Glover Teixeira, just knowing Glover and knowing he's very well rounded and a very good jiu-jitsu practitioner. And it was just an unreal fight. He really impressed me, and I think this guy is going to dominate the light heavyweight division for a long time, or at least he's going to put on amazing shows for the fans. And it was also him submitting Glover Teixeira was absolutely wild. It was the first time ever that Glover Teixeira was submitted in his entire 41 fight career. This guy, he's 42 years old, and as a jiu-jitsu practitioner, to get submitted by a guy who's not known for submissions and is more of a striker, obviously is just crazy. And the fact that he submitted him by a rear naked choke without any hooks in is just wild. There's going to be a lot of jiu-jitsu classes that are showing how to choke out your opponent without having any hooks in, knowing Juliana Pena just did it to the women's pound for pound champ Amanda Nunes, and now Jiri Prochazka did it to Glover Teixeira. Absolutely crazy. I love to see it. Probably the craziest thing about this fight is the fact that Glover was actually winning the fight, and if he just didn't tap for the last 30 seconds, obviously easier said than done, he would have actually ended up winning that fight. And also the chins on Glover Teixeira and Jiri Prochazka are absolutely unreal. You know, some of the shots that Glover was eating was just unbelievable. His mouth guard was almost exploding out of his mouth by some of these hooks that Jiri was throwing his way. And Jiri also ate some of the Glover shots, like Max Holloway eats cupcakes and like how Paddy Pimblett eats everything in his sight after he makes weight for a UFC fight. And it was also the first time that Jiri went more than 3 rounds in his entire MMA career, which is just really impressive. When I saw that stat live, I was like, oh man, let's see where his gas tank is going, because it was a very high-paced fight, but he ended up pulling it off, looked amazing, and shown he can go all 5 rounds very hard. Very hard. I don't know what the fuck just happened with my voice. And obviously Jiri Prochazka is the first ever Czech Republic UFC champion, so that's awesome to see. It just shows that the sport of MMA is growing rapidly with these new champions from new countries. And I got to talk about what's next for Jiri Prochazka. I really want to see the rematch. I don't know about you guys comment down below and let me know what you guys think, but this fight was amazing. It was one of the best fights I've ever seen in my life, easily one of the best fights of the year. I'm thinking that this rematch needs to happen. It was such an amazing fight. I know Glover hasn't defended his belt. You know, this was going to be his first title defense. He was seconds away from actually succeeding in his first title defense, but I don't know. That's what I want to see. This fight was just so crazy. I want to see that, and it's looking like Jan versus Jiri is going to be the next fight because of just the situation of what's going on in the UFC's light heavyweight division. But man, I don't want to see that, especially with the way Jan's fight with Alexander Rakic went, with that crazy ACL, you know, tear that just happened randomly, not even from a strike. Jan said his body gave out on him and he won that way, but it wasn't like a crazy decisive victory. I'm not taking anything away from Jan at all, but if he knocked Alexander Rakic out impressively, I would say, okay, absolutely give him the next title shot. But the way everything's just kind of playing out, I don't know. I'd rather see the rematch. That's just me. You let me know what you guys think. So since Jiri and Jan is likely going to happen next, I was checking out what the matchups were for the UFC's light heavyweight division. What I think it will make the most sense, since Alexander Rakic is going to be out for a while with that crazy injury, I think Glover Teixeira against Dominic Reyes makes the most sense. Dominic Reyes is on a 3-fight losing skid. Everyone else is matched up in the UFC's light heavyweight division, and this is just the fight that makes the most sense right now.